As fighting in Gaza stops, Israel launches major military operation in West Bank. Israel's Operation Iron Wall begins with drone strikes. Deadly operation kills at least 10 Palestinians. Dozens more injured in military raids. No end to the Middle East crisis. Tensions mount in West Bank. As Israeli forces launch new military operation, Hamas calls on Palestinians to escalate fighting in the West Bank. Israeli security forces backed by helicopters raided West Bank's Jenin on January 21, killing at least 10 Palestinians in what Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called a large-scale and significant military operation. According to sources, the military operation is expected to last several days. The move into Jenin, where the Israeli army has carried out multiple raids over recent years, comes only 2 days after the start of a ceasefire in Gaza. According to reports, the operation began with a series of strikes on infrastructure, allegedly used by terror groups in Jenin. Palestinian media outlets reported that several airstrikes by Israeli forces killed at least 10 people and wounded 40. In a brief joint statement, the IDF and Shin Bet security agency confirmed the operation, dubbed Iron Wall. The military said soldiers, police and intelligence services had begun a counter-terrorism operation in Jenin. It follows a weeks-long operation by Palestinian security forces in the West Bank to reassert control in the adjacent refugee camp, a major center of armed militant groups including Hamas and Islamic Jihad, both of which get support from Iran. The Israeli government has accused Iran, which backs armed groups across the Middle East including Hamas in Gaza, of attempting to send weapons and money to militants in the West Bank. Remember, Hamas militants over recent years expanded its reach in the West Bank, where the Palestinian Authority, dominated by the rival Fatah faction, exercises limited governance. On January 21, Hamas militants called on Palestinians in the territory to escalate fighting against Israel. Since the October 2023 start of the war in Gaza, hundreds of Palestinians have been killed in the West Bank. Meanwhile, in the first phase of the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas, the Palestinian militant group released first 3 Israeli hostages. In exchange, Israel released 90 Palestinian prisoners and detainees. On January 19, IDF forces began withdrawing from Gaza's Rafah to the Philadelphia corridor, along the border between Egypt and Gaza. The withdrawal is part of the 3-phase ceasefire agreement brokered by the United States, Qatar and Egypt to bring an end to the 15-month-long war that has killed nearly 47,000 Palestinians.